With me now to discuss more is Lori Turnbull, political analyst at Dalhousie University. Good morning, Lori. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So what is your assessment on the Prime Minister's strategy? Is that fair criticism from PM Poilievre that these are just projects that were already going to happen anyway, and the Major Projects Office is just another layer of red tape?
Well, he's not the only one making the point that some of these projects, and including the five that had been announced previously as well, that these were things that were already in motion. There was already buy-in. There were already some regulatory moves there to make sure that they were going to happen. And so, to the extent that people feel like this stuff was going to happen anyway, they're wondering why the Prime Minister is standing up and saying this is a new development and we should be really happy about it. As far as the extra layer of red tape in the Major Projects Office, I think this is going to be something that starts to stick in terms of, if the government keeps on going and announcing new projects, what is the Major Projects Office doing? Like, it sounds like the government is making recommendations to the office about what projects should be considered for national, to be determined as in the national interest. And then the office makes a recommendation back to the government to say, we think this should happen. And then the cabinet makes a decision. It's like, why don't you just make the decision to start off with? So I think that there is potentially some traction to what PM Poilievre is saying.
Now, these projects, just because they are fast-tracked for approval, doesn't mean that there aren't other roadblocks in the way. For example, Indigenous and environmental groups do have concern with some of these projects. What sort of challenges do you see between the time that the projects are approved and when they actually are finished?
Right. I mean, I think a big part of what the Prime Minister wants to do, and this was evident in the budget as well, he wants to make the country more attractive for private investment. And so in addition to what might happen in terms of court challenges, for example, from different people, and we've already seen some of these projects be challenged in court already up until this point. And so that type of thing can be a roadblock for sure. There might be some people who agree with it and then other people who don't. And that could continue to kind of put up some resistance as these projects go on, because the point of the expedited review process is for that to take 2 years rather than 5 years. 2 years is still long enough for there to be quite a bit of back and forth, especially if people are raising issues around where, truncated environmental assessments, people concerned about safety, people concerned about the use of the land, Indigenous groups feeling that they haven't been consulted enough. These issues don't go away, and 2 years is still a long time.
Lori, we will have to leave it there. It's always great chatting with you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, too. Have a good weekend.
You too. That's Lori Turnbull, political analyst at Dalhousie University.